Hey guys, Final back here, welcome back to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So if you read the video description, you've probably understood that we're going to go through a VMP assault class. So assault meaning that you're going to be, getting those high up kill streaks, the tier 1, tier 2 kind of kill streaks, and this would be the kind of class you would use. Now, being the VMP, I tend to use this class for, those fast-paced kind of game plays. So, TDM, kill confirm, those really fast, you need to turn your back, all that kind of stuff. This is probably the class that you would use for that. VMP, obviously you can use it for domination, all that kind of stuff, but I tend to use SMGs for, that fast-paced gameplay and switch it up. So the VMP obviously is probably one of the most popular SMGs out there, and that's because it has a really good damage rate and a really good rate of fire. So you can really get those multi-kills pretty easily with this kind of gun. Now, obviously, it's good at short to medium range. Long range is where it kind of tips off because you get the recoil, which comes with the fire rate, which is kind of the drawback to the VMP. And that also means that it can be a lot harder to get those, long range kills, especially with the damage fallout being pretty high, meaning that the range increases, your damage kind of drops off quite a bit, so it takes like twice, 3 times as many bullets to take out your enemy as it does at close range, which it doesn't really take that many bullets to get a kill. So anyway, without further ado, let's actually get into the class setup build. So obviously with the VMP, once again, similar to the Kuda Ninja class setup I have, which you guys can check out, I'll leave the link in the description below, I don't really feel the need that you need to run an optic. So, you could run ELO or red dot sight or something like that, but I just think the iron sights already from the VMP are already really good, and you don't really need to run anything else so that you can get increased accuracy or increased zoom or anything like that, because its iron sights are quite sufficient. They're obviously really good, and it's not really going to help you that much with the recoil that you get with it. Having precision aiming to get that headshot guaranteed kind of thing or something like that isn't going to really help you that much. You're just going to have to try and hit the target and try and just load a whole lot of bullets, and that's really how a lot of the SMGs play out. It's not really about accuracy, it's about getting those bullets into the enemy, spraying really hard into the enemy. So I don't really choose to use an optic in this class. Now, this first attachment that I actually use is Quick Draw. Now, with all the SMGs, I tend to use Quick Draw just because it really makes a difference on the SMGs. So obviously you can add Quick Draw to like an assault rifle, and that it definitely does do an improvement, but nowhere near as much as it does on SMGs. Lifting up your gun a lot faster is always really useful for gunfights, especially if you're getting a multi-kill or if you just come around a corner, say you just did a knee slide around a corner, you want to pull your gun up as fast as possible. And Quick Draw really assists with that kind of thing. So that's why I tend to run Quick Draw in this class. Now Quick Draw, obviously, it's a great attachment, and I think it's pretty close to being a staple for most of the SMG classes that I have. Now the second attachment I run is Grip. Now, as I was saying before, obviously, a lot of the SMGs, including the VMP, or rather, especially the VMP, has a lot of recoil. And that comes with its rate of fire, which unfortunately makes it a lot harder to get those longer, mid-range kind of kills that you'll be doing. Short-range kills, the recoil doesn't really matter, but for longer ones, it does matter. And because of that reason, I tend to use Grip. I use Grip in a lot of my classes, and the VMP is no exception to that. Obviously, it's going to reduce the recoil we take, and it does actually it probably has more of an effect than Quick Draw does on pulling up your ADS. It actually really does help with the recoil, and it reduces it quite a bit. Now, for the third attachment, I use extended mags, and being a third attachment, obviously that means you're going to be running primary gunfighter 1 with that, which also means that your point count is at 5 at the moment. So having an extended mag, once again, similar to my Kuda class setup, I think it really helps with those multi-kills. With SMGs, and especially with the VMP, it chews through a lot of bullets with its rate of fire. And if you're going for a multi-kill, you can chew through 30, 40 bullets quite easily if you're getting, a double or triple kill. Or even if you're hunting down, say you get a double kill and then the third guy runs away and you want to go chase him down, but you don't want to have to reload your gun because he's just round the corner or something like that. You want to keep that momentum flowing. So to keep all of your ammunition, conserved, you want to have a large ammunition pool to begin with. So having extended mags in the VMP gives you 56 bullets, which is quite a lot of ammunition. Obviously, it has its rate of fire, which means it will chew through quite a few bullets. but you know, having 56 gets you those multi kills quite easily without having to run out of ammunition and reload and all that kind of thing. Alright, so now we'll move on to the perks. Now for your perk 1, I am running Sixth Sense, and that's because Sixth Sense is probably one of the best perks for, you know, SMG quick kind of classes, even ninja classes. I just think it's a great kind of perk, and obviously it's a new addition to Black Ops 3. But yeah, obviously if you don't know what it does, it allows you to it pings your enemies that are close by, you know, a couple of meters from your area in any direction, depending on which side they are on. They'll ping on your mini map, so you can check that out, and it will tell you roughly how close they are from the, you know, the depth of the red bar that'll appear, and which direction they're in. You know, if someone tries to sneak up on you, or, you know, sometimes you sweep past, slide past, that kind of thing, and there could be someone hiding in a corner, you know, controlling a HCXD, or just proning in the corner, maybe AFK or something. You know, you don't want to miss that kill, and even worse, you don't want to slide right past them and then they get the jump on you and you lose your kill streak. And being an assault class, I mean, you could be on a reasonably high kill streak, so you don't really want to be dying from that. So, you know, having Sixth Sense, that really helps. Now onto the perk 2 selection. For perk 2, the first of the perk 2, I use Scavenger, and that's once again because you're going to shoot through probably a lot of ammunition. And if you're going for those high up end kill streaks, you don't want to really be, you know, getting 5 or 6 kills and then running out of ammunition, having to trade to maybe an unworthy kind of weapon, just pick up one off the ground. And you know, I've definitely been one to pick up a lot of weapons off the ground that are really dodgy, for some reason have like an ACOG scope on, or, you know, on a VMP or something like that, and you don't want to be trapped by having to use that weapon to, you know, get your high up kill streaks. You want to be able to use this class setup to continue through and, you know, get all those kills that you need to get your high up kill streaks. So obviously Scavenger can refill your ammunition every time you scoop up ammo over a dead player, and yeah, so I mean that allows you to keep your VMP without having to trade it away, and obviously have lots of ammunition stockpiled into your weapon. Now for the second perk for perk 2, which means you're going to need 3 points for the perk 2 selection, is Fast Hands. Now obviously Fast Hands can make a big difference, especially if you have it conjoined with Quick Draw. That's going to allow you to bring up your gun super fast. You know, if you swing around a corner, you can bring it up straight away, try and get the kill on your enemy, because it does take a few bullets to, you know, kill the enemy with VMP, and it is possible to beat, you know, shotguns if you have the reaction time. Quickly go around a corner, they don't really realize it, or maybe they're off center and not aimed down sights properly, and obviously you can get the quick on them and end up killing them over you getting killed. So that obviously can help quite a bit. Now for perk 3, I use Dead Silence. I think it is a great perk. Obviously it allows you to run around the map, go assault mode, and just scoop past people. And you can use that with Sixth Sense as well, because that allows you to, you know, run past and, you know, get the kill, let it ping, and also they don't know you're there because of your Dead Silence. So anyway, that's it for the class setup today. If you enjoyed it, please hit a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully more content will be coming soon. But until next time guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.